Hello, my name is Dan Johnson and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing the brand new Steelbook in the colorization range, which is for the War Games. The War Games was released in its full 90-minute colorization last December, just before Christmas Eve. I think it was the 23rd of December that it came out, and I really enjoyed it. The colorization was great. The music, it was a bit more abrupt than I would have liked, and there's a bit of controversy with them treating the war chief as the master, but I really enjoyed this release and I was excited to get my hands on the Steelbook. This is actually the second release in this range, and the plan is to get one of these every year. So last year we had the Daleks in colour, and this year we have the War Games, so let's take a look at the Steelbook. On the front we have Patrick Troughton here in this very nice, well stylized image. I love the colours and the background to this with the people that we do end up seeing during the episode. So there's a variation of soldiers. We have the carriage, for example, that I think is in episode 2 or 3, when they travel to a different zone and the carriage sort of chases them down. And then if we flip that onto the back, we have a bit of a blurb. We have the fact that this includes bonus features and the original black and white episodes. It also contains 6 minutes of additional colorized material. And then down at the bottom, we have all of our technical information, which I shall hover on now. Let's slide off the slipcase and take a look at the image on the back. We have the Warlord, who is the main villain of the episode, with his very cool red glasses. Again, we have the same idea with soldiers appearing on sort of a battlefield, like a no man's land. I, for some reason, see these clouds, because it appears like partly in front of his head and stuff like that. I keep trying to work out pictures in it, like there's some sort of like dog in the far left corner. I do quite like that both of these sides has the character's face being lit, and in terms of the lighting is reflecting on what colour goes across the face. So on the left, on the Warlord, we have a more of a lighter colour, and then as we get to more of the darker areas, we have a much darker red, and I think it works really, really well. It's a really nice style for this release. I also really like the spine and the way that like that pattern carries through, but I do think that having the War Games and the Doctor Who logo in dark was probably a bad idea because it makes it a little bit harder to see. It would probably have worked better in a lighter font. And then it would also be connected to the previous release because that had a sort of more blocky and white text to the spine. And then of course we have the usual promotional booklet that we get with all of these releases. We have Second Doctor audios, comic books, the Lost in Time game, the Sonic Screwdriver, the Build Your Own Dalek set, Doctor Who magazine, and some vinyls. The discs all have the same cover art. It's the image of that model shot of the like operating center for the bad guys in the episode. But in terms of discs, it's very important to mention that only disc 1 is in Blu-ray. This is not the War Games turned into Blu-ray. This is just that 90-minute colorization in Blu-ray. It has a couple of nice features. It has some stuff about model shots, and it has a little interview about how they got the original film for the first couple of minutes and stuff like that. But the other discs, the other 3 discs in this release, are exactly as they would be if you just bought the DVD. It has the same disc menu, the same features. So the second disc is episodes 1 to 5, the second disc is episode 6 to 10, and the third disc in the DVD part of this box set is bonus features, which are the same bonus features as you'd get on the DVD release that was released in like 2009. All of these discs are stacked, which is something I particularly don't like, but if you take them all out, you have a very nice image of Patrick Troughton regenerating on one side, and then on the other you have John Pertwee doing the same. I think the lack of a contents booklet is a bit of a shame, especially when the release is essentially one disc, that is actually the thing that you're really after, and they kind of try and bulk it out by just re-releasing with exactly the same disc menus the War Games DVD. But I do quite like the idea of having the collection completed and having each one. I suppose that I am a little bit of the target audience for these, because really these ones are for collectors, because most people can watch it once and never need to watch it again. But I should be giving this release a watch in the next couple of days, and I hope I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first time that I watched it. I really, really liked it. I thought it was a really good cut down. Obviously there's some stuff that doesn't quite, sit right, and there's a few moments of people sort of traveling and you quite not seeing their like travel time or their transition between the two, and they just sort of show up various places. But overall, I thought it was a really well done edit of the episode, and the colorization is absolutely glorious. It looks amazing. They've done such an excellent job, and it's come a long way since they did the Daleks one last year. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. Go and check out my review of the most recent Doctor Who episode, which was called Lux. You can see that review on my channel, and I'm sure there's been a card during this video for you to be able to go and watch it. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.